What's up? Hello, welcome back to Julie.v, doing it with me. Today I'm going to be telling you 20 things that shocked me as a South African in London. But before we get into the video, if you are new to my channel, haven't seen me before, hi, I'm Julianne. I love to cook, bake, mountain bike, make videos, and if you like some of my content, please click the subscribe button down below, give my videos a big thumbs up, and here we go. Number 1. The people here don't carry umbrellas. This was really hard for me to wrap my head around, and especially in this country where it rains all the time, you would assume that everyone is prepared for the rain, but no. Like, you constantly see people running around wearing like just their coat and it's pouring down. And also the wind, like the wind often I found can here's my umbrella, right? Yes, so the wind has a couple side effects to using umbrellas. My poor umbrella. Number 2. This one was actually really easy to get used to. If you want to go anywhere from London, it takes like an hour. That is something I got really used to every weekend if we wanted to go somewhere, either by train, by bus, driving. It takes an hour to get through London. Doesn't matter which direction you're going. Number 3. This one is actually really helpful. All the traffic lights, or what we call it in South Africa, the robots, have the little wait buttons where you walk up to it, you press the button. We don't have that in South Africa. No. Number 4. Terraced housing. Basically, like, imagine seriously long streets with like 50 houses, all one after each other. Like, that is something we do not have in South Africa. It's really hard to wrap your mind around as to how they got built. Number 5. This one is like really scary actually. Expense here. Everything costs so much more than what it does in South Africa. Like, for example, a t-shirt would, like, I mean, in general, cost £27. Like, no one would buy a shirt for 675 rand. And me, being a cheapskate, only wants to spend less than £5 because that's like 100 rand. And that's a lot of money. Number 6. Children walk to and from school. When school's over, you just see like hordes of students throughout the city, or probably the country as well, because everyone's just like walking home. And that's really weird. Moving on to number 7. Public transport. This one is super helpful. You have the tram, the overground, the underground bus system, as well as like taxis. That's not really public transport, but it's a little bit. And basically you can get from anywhere in England to anywhere else in England. It's really safe and everyone does it. And if you're young, you get like 16 and under, you get certain benefits like this zip card. Number 8. It gets dark so soon. During winter, you can be having the sun set at 3:30, 4 o'clock. And during summer, the sun like doesn't set. It sets at about like 10:30, like during the heat of summer. This really messed with my inner clock. It messes with a lot of people's inner clocks. You also lose track of time really, really quickly, especially in the summer, because it is so light. Number 9. The water. South African water is so much nicer than English water. And I think it might have something to do with the fact that London has very hard water. The water is full of limescale as well. Number 10, they don't have Civvies Days. Any proper South African kid will know what a Civvies Day is. The day where you pay 10 rand to put on your home clothes and come to school on either a Friday or a Monday, and it was like the best day ever. They don't have that here. They might do it in the younger schools, but I'm not exactly going through primary school to see whether they have a Civvies Day. But in general, what my experience at the high school is, they don't do Civvies Days. It just doesn't make sense. Civvies Days are like the best. Number 11. It's not mind-blowing, but it's crazy for a South African. They have cafeterias instead of like home packed lunch. So no more waking up like half an hour early so that you can take out your slice of bread, put Nutella or jam or ham and cheese and like pack it into your little lunch bag. Like, you come to school, you go to lunch, and there's huge counters with hot meals, fruit, dessert, someplace yogurt, salad. Number 12. The safety here. Everyone goes around, like, leaves late at night, comes home like early in the morning. It's really not an issue here. Generally, like, going into the parks, going outside, it's so safe. Whereas in South Africa, you go in your car, you go to the place you're going, and you stay there. Like, it's really, it takes the pressure off you, constantly wondering, am I being followed? Number 13, they have things called commons or parks. So, like, you would assume, right, okay, it's the same thing, but no. So a common is a large open green area with basically grass and trees, and has a bit of like a foresty bit. And a park is like got like a vegetable garden, and often they're more like fenced in, rather than like the commons, which are just open. And I have a feeling like a park is more formal, common less formal. But they've got like ponds with duck, geese, swans. Swans are a massive thing here. Every pond has like a swan or a pair of swans. In South Africa, like, you'd have to go to the zoo or something to see swans. Like, it's not really a common thing. Number 14. It is so dry. For a country that is constantly raining, the radiators or the heaters basically pumping hot air into the rooms makes it so dry. I have to constantly be putting on lip balm or moisturizer, hand cream, constantly drinking water, even have a humidifier because it is so dry in the air. Number 15. Expectation versus reality is quite different. You know, every movie that includes London always has London Bridge or the Shard, basically central London or Canary Wharf or Bank, and like those places are super cool. It's really fun to be there, also really expensive. 16. Ambulances, police, fire trucks. If you have lived in London or visited London, you will have seen at least 2 of these. Because without a doubt, every single day, there is an ambulance, there is a police car with its sirens going, lights flashing, sprinting down the road. And the sound is really annoying. If you live in central London, like on a high road, the constant ambulance sound. And that we don't really have in South Africa. You don't have that constant ambulance. Here, I mean, I've seen at least 3. I've even seen yesterday a helicopter landing in the middle of the common to do a medivac. 17. the fast food. This might just be my personal experience and opinion, but based off of what I've seen so far, London generally has worse fast food. Well, England in general has worse fast food quality than in South Africa. And I'm not talking about like one specific place, like McDonald's, Burger King, Kentucky. The like chips often taste like dry. The food's not as nice. Number 18. The high streets. This is something we do not have in South Africa. Basically a big road with tons of tiny shops on it, and it's fascinating because you cannot drive there. There's literally nowhere to park, so that's quite hard to get used to, is the idea of not being able to park anywhere, not being able to drive to go shopping. Obviously they do have like a shopping center every now and like here and there. Number 19 is the different people. Basically, you can be in the middle of winter and see like two types of people, right? The one who is dressed from head to toe, mainly me, they are freezing cold, right? They are normal people. Then there's the people who are in their mini skirts, high heels. I mean, obviously there's men as well, like shorts. And you just look at these people like, do you come from Antarctica? Because how on earth you're not wearing like clothes? Like, you are suffering from frostbite. Number 20, the last one, guys. This one was really weird to try and get used to. Basically, it's no privacy here. I talked about the terraced houses earlier, and if you think about it, like a street full of 3-story houses that are literally attached to each other, you can't get privacy. And there's no, in the front, there's no walls or gates or fences like in South Africa. You can see literally into the house. Right, guys, so that is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Comment down below. Please let me know whether you were shocked at some of these things, whether you didn't think they were all that different, whether you agreed or disagreed. I'd love to know your personal opinions and experiences. And thank you very much. Bye! Haven't seen you in seasons, but